Welcome to the Been There Doing That podcast. I'm Robert Scrivener.
And I'm Gayla Scrivener.
We left the 9-to-5 grind, downsized, and our goal is to have freedom to live and to work from just about anywhere.
Welcome
to another wonderful edition.
I've been there doing that podcast.
It's not an edition, it's an edition.
Well, we do some adding sometimes.
That's correct.
What did we just do?
Crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff. I'm feeling it today. A little bit. Not as bad as what I thought I would.
For
an old lady, I guess. For grandma.
You said it. Not me.
For grandma.
Well, not too bad.
You keep...
It was... Come on, Grandma.
I know. You keep
Let's
calling
go,
me
Grandma.
Well, lately, we've been doing a lot of bicycling because, events have been canceled. So we've exchanged that time that we would have been traveling in a vehicle, going to a gig of yours or going to...
Anywhere.
A ham fest or a mountain man thing. All those events with lots of people, canceled.
So
what do? Do stuff with just us.
Quarantine. Stay home.
No, we're not even staying home.
They encourage you to go outside.
We are making the most of the outdoors and been doing a lot of bicycling.
A lot of people have.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people. And we got this wild hair idea.
We did.
Are you accusing me?
Nope.
Okay, we got this wild hair idea to bicycle from Springfield, Missouri to Bolivar.
Yes.
And what trail is that?
Frisco Highline.
And it's part of the Rails to Trails.
Yep.
It's the second longest in Missouri. Is that right?
That's what you told me.
Well, that's what you told me. You do all the research, man.
Yeah, I did.
Goodness.
Sometimes, but I think you trusted me and then you verified it.
I did verify because I was doing a little bit of research because the ultimate goal is a bigger trail that we've been talking about
for years.
And we're not getting any younger.
Yeah, but we are getting older.
Maybe not so much wiser, but we're getting older.
Yeah.
And we would like to get on the Katy Trail. And I didn't realize that until you told me that it was the longest Rails to Trails.
Yes. Did you believe me?
Well, I verified.
You trusted that I said it, but you had to verify.
I did.
Glad you're an inspector.
Yep. Certifiable. Something.
Certifiable something.
And it's 240 miles. And prior to...
You say it like it's 240 miles.
It's 240 miles. Well, this past weekend, how many miles did we go?
Not 240.
No. How many?
Just the weekend or each day?
The weekend total. And
weekend total was almost 80 miles.
Almost 80 miles. Just shy of 80 miles.
Mm-hmm. By a half mile.
That, in some people's eyes, is kind of amazing. We went all the way to Bolivar.
According to our, nephew. That's 17.
Yeah. I was Instagramming our nephew, and he was like, oh, you're going on some really long bike rides. And he's like, I thought that going 8.5 miles was a long way. Like, well, 8.5 miles.
It is.
Seems like a breeze now.
You can do that right before supper.
I'd like to preface this that at least I'm not like extremely physically fit.
Okay.
And our nephew said, well, how do you keep going so far? You know what my reply was?
What was that?
Keep pedaling. That's all you do.
You don't stop pedaling. Yeah.
I had a good time. But we started in Springfield. Your dad dropped us off at the trailhead, and it had stormed the night before.
And it was still sprinkling.
It was still a little sprinkly. But the forecast was going to get better, and we were on our way. Did you ever doubt that we were going to get there?
Get there?
Mm-hmm.
No problem getting there. Getting back was the
iffy thing, because we have gone on
42 miles the weekend before.
Yes, we went to the same trail, mile marker 21,
and just
and then turned around and came back. And by the way, that video is up on YouTube. So
Already.
So go to Been There Doing That on YouTube, and you'll see it. I don't know what the title. What did you title
Frisco
it?
Highline Trail.
Well, what an obvious title.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, friends.
Everybody should know that.
Mr. Obvious over there
Mm-hmm.
just titles things what it should be.
Appropriately.
Well, we started down, I mean, since it's a railroad, trail,
Rails to trails.
it should be fairly flat. But there's a 3% grade
At the most.
at the most. Sometimes it felt,
7, 8.
my gosh, we were in granny gear for a long time. But there's not that much pavement, really. It was like 8 miles.
8 miles from Springfield to just past
Past-
Willard a little bit, and then starting again at mile marker 31 to 35.
Yeah, there's not much
So
pavement.
4 miles there.
And
12 miles total out of 35.
And since it had rainstorms, we encountered some obstacles. And
Obstacles. The first obstacle was
you tell me.
a tree.
Okay, I didn't know if there was anything before that because I was like, memory serves, I think it was the tree.
It was a tree.
Yeah, a tree had fallen in the middle of the path.
Across the path.
And I thought, oh, well, we could move this. And you're like, no.
Go for it.
It's a big tree. So we could maneuver, though. We maneuvered through the brush.
We got it on video.
Yeah,
It'll
we
be
did.
video number 2 that's not released yet, but will be.
It will be. Maybe by the time I publish this podcast, since I was so late with the other ones. Sorry about that, guys. That's okay.
I kept on it.
You did your thing.
I did mine.
I dropped the ball on mine.
Hey, you heard that.
You could edit that out if you
I
want.
could, but I'm going to leave it.
Oh, so we had a tree to maneuver over. But you know what? I was tired from like almost the beginning. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the wind. It was windy.
We had a headwind the whole way.
Headwind, side wind, wind.
No tailwind, though,
No.
ever.
Never. And I was just tired. I was afraid. It's like,
On Saturday?
yeah, on Saturday, it's like, are we ever going to get there? I'm tired. And then we're going to spend the night with our friends that live in Bolivar. And we got close to the end, and you're like, you just want to go to their house, or do you want to go to the end of the trail? And I was like, by golly, we got this far. We better go to the end of the trail
Yep.
and fulfill our goal. So we did.
Luckily for us and you,
Mm-hmm.
end of the trail was only like a half mile from their house.
Yes. And we could kind of cut through a little bit of the neighborhood and get to their house.
So all in all, that day was like 38.6 miles, I think.
Yeah, because we had a little bit of side trip
Yeah.
type stuff. Now, we didn't have any
And
bicycle problems.
We stopped back and forth to editing or writing past video and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
we did some video.
it takes a little extra time.
And it was good for us to rest a little bit.
Because we're not used to that.
No. But we have been riding more. We've been riding, 6 to 10 miles during the week.
Each night.
Yeah, almost
That we
every
can.
night. Every night we can. And then the weekend
Weekend.
before, we pushed ourselves and did 42 miles.
But the weekend before that, we did like 22
Yeah.
something.
So on the weekends, we do, more.
A day's worth.
But we decided I took a tech day off, which I did more Instagram stories than I've ever done before. But that
Mhm.
was fun. But otherwise, I didn't really do anything. Oh, except order pizza that night on the computer.
Yeah.
That was my tech.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody what kind of bikes we have? What's your bike?
My bicycle is 34 years old.
Yes.
It is a Diamondback
Mm-hmm.
Ascent from 1986.
What does that mean? That
That's
means
the make and the model of it in the year.
Is it prevalent?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Yours is a Trek. Is that prevalent?
I don't know. You took it into the bike shop and they were envious of it.
I don't know about envious, but they were gawking at it.
Why?
Hey, Chris, come here. Look at this. This thing's old.
Were they talking about the bike or you?
Really? They were looking at the bike more than me.
Okay.
So I had assumed that, I had to wipe it off after I got out of there. They were drooling.
Well.
Are those bear trap pedals? Yeah, look at my shin.
Oh, yeah, you do have some battle
scars.
wounds, battle scars. Yours is all chrome? No.
Yeah.
It's steel? What is it? It's
heavy.
Steel,
but chrome.
It's heavy.
It is heavy. That's back when it had steel in it. Steel is real.
Okay. Well, mine was a bargain.
Yours was a bargain. Well, mine was too back when I bought it.
You bought it 15, 20 years ago, didn't you?
$50 bill.
Yep.
$50 bill.
$50 bill. What movie is that from?
The Goonies. Was that going to be a trivia question?
It sure was, but you ruined it.
You should have told me beforehand.
Oh, don't you know my sign language? My goodness.
I couldn't read it.
Well, mine is a Trek 2000.
2001 model.
And we just got it recently.
Navigator 300.
Navigator 300.
That's the model.
Okay.
Year of 2001.
Okay. I wanted to replace the one that I had because I just wasn't comfortable on it. And you were perusing around on Facebook Marketplace, gonna
bam, found one.
Make me happy, huh?
Well,
and you
that's
found
a full-time job, but I'm signed on a dotted line for it.
Oh, you don't have it too hard. But
nope.
Anyway, you were like, there's this bike, and there's 2 more with it. 3 bikes for how much?
$20 bill.
A $20 bill. All right. I said, go get them.
I messaged, are these still available? She said, yes. I said, can I pick them up this evening? She said, yes. I said, I'm on my way.
Yeah. So I got my Trek bike.
25-mile to a short town near us. It was a
good deal because they had been sitting out in the weather, which yours had been too. You cleaned it back up and got it working, put some new parts in it. But mine, did you have to do much to it?
She said, how are you going to fit all 3 of these bikes in that Jeep? I said, well, I got a bike rack on the back. I didn't see it. What did you want with yours?
Yeah, well, what did you do to mine to clean it up to where it was working?
Just basically cleaned it.
Mm-hmm.
Lubed it up.
You didn't put nothing new?
Nothing new on it.
Oh, a new tube, right?
Yes.
Just
you
a
had
new tube.
A new tube on the front.
And that's it. Everything else, I mean, you tried to get rid of rust, didn't you? Or you just cleaned it?
No, not really. I just cleaned it.
Oh, good. Well, good.
Yeah, good.
And then there's the men's matching.
Is
are
his
you
and
going?
hers.
Are you going to sell that one, or are you going to keep it for a while?
I might sell that one.
Mm-hmm. And then there was a kid's mountain bike that's in really rough shape. We're not going to keep that one.
No, donate it.
Donate it somewhere, somebody. It'll pass from our hands because we're not interested in fixing that one up. But you've been fixing up bikes lately, just because you're interested in it.
Yeah, I am.
Not that you're going to fix up everybody's bike.
No. I do it because I like it.
But you found out about a product, or you've heard about it, and you're like, until you started hearing about it. But what is this fantastic product that you've been using a lot?
Well, the elixir that I've been using is Evaporust.
What does it do?
It evaporates the rust.
Are you impressed with it?
Yes, I am.
What do you do? I mean,
pour it into, I've been using mason jars, but you can pour it in a tub of something. And
an ice cream tub.
An ice cream tub. I've used that too. Put your rusted parts in there and wait till tomorrow morning and come back. Ta-da!
Do you have to rinse it or scrub it or anything
rinse
like
it off with water.
Do you scrub it?
No.
It just comes off?
Bingo.
And so everything that you own goes
I did 22 pairs of pliers. All my rusty wrenches.
And you just reuse it.
Yep. It's reusable, non-toxic.
Well, don't drink it.
Exactly.
But
it's amazing stuff.
It doesn't disintegrate your hands.
No, it's safe.
What is it made out of? Evaporust.
Well, it's made out of Evaporust.
It's a secret formula, I think.
Yeah, patented, I'm sure.
Where'd you get it?
Harbor Freight Tools.
Is that the only place they sell it?
In town that I got it.
I think that it's in other places, but you don't recommend the gel. You recommend the liquid.
The liquid.
Just because you can reuse it and reuse it.
Yep.
Well, good deal.
Mm-hmm.
You saw somebody, or how did you know to even know?
YouTube.
YouTube told you?
YouTube University has a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I was going to school on YouTube and
good.
about bike repair and fixing up, and all of a sudden,
Were you skeptical?
I was.
And now you're a believer. Because
Just
everything,
like the monkeys.
Everything. I swear, if there's something in the house that he notices that has rust.
That's got a little rust on it. I'm going to soak that.
And so he soaks it. Now, sometimes if it's like something really old, it gets pitted because that's just natural. But I am impressed, too.
You say that like you're not fully impressed.
No,
I'm impressed, too.
You misread me.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
I'd buy it a gallon again.
I'm sure you will. How do you know if you can reuse it, how do you know when to get a new gallon?
Probably because it stops taking the rust off as quickly.
Okay. And it wasn't that much, really.
It was $25 roughly for a gallon.
And you've used it tons and tons over and over.
Yeah. Did 22 pairs of pliers, a bunch of bike parts, all my sockets that were rusted.
Wrenches.
Nuts, bolts, screws, derailleurs.
See, I'm telling you, folks, anything that he thinks looks like it has rust, it goes into that stuff. He's having a good time.
I am. Smile on my face doing an evaporust dance.
We should, I don't know. We should have stock in it.
Good stuff.
Anyway, we made it to Bolivar without episode, I don't think. No.
No problem. They ate pizzas. They already heard that part.
Yeah. And we spent the night in Bolivar, and I don't think we were 100% sure if we were going to catch a ride back to Springfield or actually ride our bikes back to Springfield. But because we were kind of sore, it was kind of good to sleep.
I slept 4 hours.
And
a solid 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're welcome. Wait a minute. Thank you.
Apparently, right as Robert was going to sleep, I twitch or
elbowed me in the back.
Sorry. Oh, well, we got sleep, and then we got up early in the morning because you said, well, I might as well just get up now. So
I ain't going to sleep anymore.
And we got up and started getting ourselves around, and we decided, because this was the true test, it's like we have never ridden a long bike ride and got up the very next morning to ride just as long. That's a big deal for us.
Yeah.
And we went ahead.
We accomplished that.
We said, okay, we're going to do it.
But
we went up. We left the house to get provisions. And you're like, my crank has been
making some noise.
I'm going to get some WD-40.
WD-40, that thing right up there on that little ball bearings, make it stop going.
So we did that and started on our way, and no more. Oh, we crossed the big highway. We decided that we didn't have to go from trailhead to trailhead because we've done that part. So
yeah.
we
just get on the trail and follow it back.
And then there was a part that kind of dead end because it
runs into a major highway.
Yeah, 4-lane highway. So we had to, we hopped that. But it was a Sunday morning, and everybody's supposed to be at home anyway. So it was pretty easy.
Yeah, no church services.
Yeah. So we hopped over the highway and got started. And no sooner did we get started than something happened.
I said, whoa.
And I said, what?
I got a problem.
Uh-oh. What was the problem, Robert?
My left pedal, the crank arm was loose.
So
wobbling back and forth. I said, this ain't right.
Did you loosen something up with that WD-40?
WD loosened it up for me. Not that I wanted it that loose.
So what did you have to do?
Take it off and clean it and stick it back on there.
Well,
luckily I did not have the right tools.
Luckily you did not have the right tools. So
I made do with what I had.
What did you need?
I needed a 14 millimeter 3/8 socket.
And what did you have?
A 15 millimeter 3/8 socket.
Okay. Now we could have turned back because we were
What's the fun in that?
5 miles.
We wasn't even that far.
We were just a few miles
mile
from
and a
our
half.
friends. But you said, nope, we're going to go on.
Yeah.
And not a mile later, what had to happen?
It came loose again.
So did we stop every mile?
Half mile to a mile.
For quite a ways.
The whole trail. So that was 30,
Maybe
35 times stopping maybe.
Maybe that's why I wasn't so fatigued. I was feeling pretty good.
Sometimes I'd get 2 miles out of a Titan.
Yeah. But you weren't discouraged? You didn't get mad?
Mm-mm.
We didn't call anybody?
I called my dad, said, hey, bring a 14 millimeter to the trailhead when I meet you there at the end.
But that's at the very end.
Exactly.
We made it all the way to Willard.
Mm-hmm.
And the bike shop was open. And I said, why don't you just ask them?
They're busy.
I think that you were
determined
to get through the whole thing on your own. We even went to, Walnut Grove?
Yeah, Walnut Grove to Dollar General to see if they had
something.
Any automotive, tools.
Anything?
No automotive.
So we went out of our
store
way.
in Walnut Grove whatsoever.
No, it's Walnut Grove.
It's a small town.
Yeah, but that was fun. We kept our spirits.
Yeah.
And that tree was gone the very next day.
Just like that.
Because you said, hey.
Smell that? Sawdust.
And
we only saw 2 snakes, 2 turtles.
No, 1 turtle.
The other one
was in the water.
Possum.
Yeah, he hissed at us.
I was hissing back at him. I was talking to him.
Saw turkey.
Big turkey tracks.
And
lots of people between Willard and Springfield.
Just on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was raining Saturday morning. Not very many. Was that the day that we got... Saturday. Mm-hmm. When we were kind of pedaling slow. Really pedaling slow. We got passed by a runner.
It's bad when you're on a bicycle and you get passed by a jogger.
Well, maybe he wasn't going to go as far as us. And maybe he was more physically fit than us. I guarantee he's more physically fit than us.
We got passed by a walker, too, back and forth.
Yeah.
But he was walking fast, and we've seen him several times. I said, hey, you're moving right along. I'm trying to work it out today. Yeah. Then we met him again. I said, how far are you going? Where'd you start at? Started at mile 0, going to 26.
Walking the
marathon.
The marathon.
It's like, okay.
I figure we're all on our own race with ourselves. We're just there
for
the
journey.
I won
my race.
We just accomplished it.
I'm victorious.
So why... You told me that you like it.
I do.
Why?
Gives you time to think.
Yeah.
Away from everything else.
I'm thinking, I think I can do it.
A little tugboat that could.
But are you sore?
Some places.
I am too.
But not so bad that I couldn't get out of bed.
No, I feel pretty good.
Accomplished.
I do. Do you think we can do the whole Katy Trail?
In a week.
Do you think we can do the whole Katy Trail?
In a week. That's 7 days in a week. Not a 5-day week.
Not a 5-day week. A 7-day week.
Yeah, that's 50 miles a day with 2 rest days.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, you can do it.
I might take 2 weeks off work.
Yeah, we'll stroll. It was, I think the record's in 16 hours.
Not wanting that record.
Not after that record?
No. I just rather
16 hours
say that I did
riding 240 miles on a bicycle.
I can't do that.
I'm out.
I don't want to do that. I want to stop as many times, see
all the stuff.
Yeah. But we had a good time. So we thought we'd just share. Get out and ride your bike.
Go outside.
Yeah. It's fun. If we can't travel like we wanted to, we still can travel.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
We can still been there doing that. What?
Saddlebags.
Saddlebags. We have a basket on the back of Robert's. He was the pack mule.
I was.
Because we haven't equipped mine yet we haven't found the Facebook find yet for a basket.
Or the Craigslist.
And because the flea markets are all closed. So Robert has the basket that we've already had. And then, a while back you made
a small set of saddlebags out of leather.
Out of leather. They're gorgeous. And they just so happen to fit over the basket on the back of his bike. Perfect fit, I think. And it's making it very hard for me to have you sell those because I really think that they're adorable.
Well,
I love them.
We may keep them.
Or
somebody.
Or the price just keeps going up because the more I love them,
yeah,
the higher the price. But you can always make another set.
I could.
I know that you gave away the pattern, but
yeah,
it's all in your head.
I can redo that pattern slightly different.
Mm-hmm. There will be pictures in the video for that, so be sure to make it to Been There Doing That.com. Yeah. And on YouTube.
And?
Instagram.
And?
Facebook.
Yeah.
I think that's all.
That's about it.
That's about it. Well, I think that should wrap it up.
I pretty much did.
All right. Until next time.
Keep shifting gears.
All right.